Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. Tune in for a vibrant mix of fashion, finance, and life's essential foundations. Join us for expert interviews, insightful discussions, and empowering insights to elevate your lifestyle. From fashion trends to financial tips and personal growth strategies, we've got you covered. So grab your headphones and get ready to be inspired. Tune in now to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show and embark on this exciting journey with us.
Welcome back, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. And I'm your host, Antonette Waite. We are with Lee Smith and Kris Miller, and they're both presenting at the Fire Up Live 2025. And it's going to be at the North County Center. It's called the Center at 1205 Auto Parkway in Escondido. And so make sure that you go to fireuplive.com so you can see all the information and be able to join us there. So I want to get back to Lee and Kris. So Lee, so far, how long have you been speaking?
Oh gosh, I think this is my 8th year. I've been speaking since 2018.
Okay. So I'm sure you have a lot of amazing experience and stories that you can share with us. What is one of the best experience that you've had so far from your speaking career?
Oh gosh. Well, aside from being able to work personally with Glenn Morshower last year when I attended the Fire Up Live event, I would have to say it was during 2020 when I got to work with the Les Brown, the godfather of motivational speaking. And because it was during the time of COVID, I did work with him virtually, and it was a 12-month opportunity in that relationship. And I learned so much from him about storytelling and tying the lessons so that you could share that with the audience. And then I was one of the small handful of students that he personally invited to his virtual event in June of 2021. And I documented my video that day on my social media. And when that memory comes up, just to see the difference in me, because I was so excited at that time, was so fantastic. So to be able to work with somebody so incredible with the public speaking, it just developed my storytelling and being able to take my message out into the world. And then, like I said, working with Glenn, it's giving me those little bit of improvements to make it so much more similar to what Kris said about connecting more with the audience, getting even better with that storytelling so that I fall into their hearts. And then they also remember from the experience what it is that they want to do next when they go home and wake up the next morning.
Okay. And Kris, for you, I mean, you've been speaking for so many years. What is one thing that you can share with us in terms of, really motivate you to keep going and making sure that you improve your speaking skills?
Well, actually, it was back in April, and I was invited to speak in Dallas at the Women's Wealth Symposium, and it was sponsored by Bank of America, and it was a packed room and people online, and I had a brand new slide deck and I was all ready to go. And I got up there and I felt disconnected from this new deck. It was too much thinking about the deck. And I made a decision right on the spot, which was not my normal, to just go by the feeling. And I said, you know what? I'm going to speak from my heart. Now, I've always been in this, I have my presentation and I go by the slides and I just threw them all away. And I spoke from my heart, and it had to be the best presentation I ever did. Like, you mean I could just be me? And then people running up and hugging me and thanking me and crying. And it was a heart mind connection. So it was very divine.
Well, I think, when you are doing a presentation, preparing all the information that you need to share, sometimes you get bombarded with your PowerPoint and you want to follow your outline and you don't want to miss anything. But at the same time, you got to be careful about your connection with your audience, right? So, because that really what matters. If they don't connect with you as a speaker, it's really hard to be able to understand, what you have if they can't relate to it. Now, Lee, I know you've had many years of speaking too. Did you ever struggle when it comes to that part where you're trying to connect with your audience?
Oh, I'm sure I've had moments, and I've been very, very fortunate that the first time I grabbed the mic, so to speak, was when I was 8 years old. And it was through sharing a reading to my church congregation. And when I saw my friends and my peers at that time, like, I can't get up in front of people. That's just the scariest thing. I didn't feel any fear. I felt excitement. And so getting up there and just seeing all the eyes and the smiles back at me was so amazing. And when I walked away from that stage, if you will, in this case, it was the church sanctuary, and I felt the shiver go through me. And I remember thinking, what was that feeling and how do I get more of that? So carrying on in my journey in life and having the privilege of fulfilling a dream of being a stay-at-home mom. Now my kids are grown. I felt the little 8-year-old in my head saying, hey, remember that feeling? Let's go chasing that again. And that's when I said, I need to start getting on stages. And after living life, all the different lessons I've learned, I've been studying personal growth development for over 30 years. And so all the concepts that I've learned from that, and I've been able to turn and tweak some of those to make them my own and share that with the audience. And now when I get up and I share my message and my story with them and these concepts that can create these wins and transformations for them, watching their eyes light up within a moment, they're like, I never saw it that way before. Being able to do that. But there have been a couple of times, I can't think of them specifically because you don't really hold on to those moments, right? But I have had those where I've showed up and I'm like, that didn't really land. That didn't really land. And maybe it was when I was trying to shift and do maybe a different line or a different way of looking at things, and it didn't quite set. And it was where I would have to turn and pivot for a moment and do like Kris said, just throw that out the window and just speak from my heart, because it's the authentic self that's really going to connect with the audience. And it's like Maya Angelou says, right? People won't remember what you said. They won't remember what you did, but they will remember how you left them feeling. So that's where that connection
I love that.
audience
I love that. Okay. Well, Kris, is it really that important for someone to keep improving their speaking skill, even though they have mastered their information already?
Yeah, I mean, people would look at me and go, well, you've done this for 3 decades. Don't you have it down? And I never take the arrogant position that I have that down, because speaking as an artist, just like singing, I also sing too. So
wow, I love that.
I write music. I'm on a record label in Nashville and have a couple CDs that were put in the Grammys.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
It's Christian and inspirational music. And I've been very blessed. And then God had me come and, come into the money thing. But I want to do the singing and take that same energy. Now I'm mixing them together, singing and speaking, but take that same energy and to be able to connect. I think the learning is just going to go all the way on till I, cross over. I'm just going to stay open. So, because I really want to connect with people. And one thing that I have been really dialing in lately is the difference between having a conversation with a room or giving an orientation, a speaking a lecture. So I started with the lectures things when I first started, but now it's more of a conversation.
Wow. And I bet with all of those years, I mean, you've helped so many people. You said over 6,000 people?
I know.
Families? I mean, that's a lot of people. I mean, that is
know.
incredible. It's a legacy what you have done already. And I'm very, very proud of what you have accomplished. You are amazing. And Lee, again, what you are doing for others too, it's creating such a magnificent impact on their life, because you're really changing their mindset in a way. But we have a couple of minutes for you guys right now, but one thing I want to ask you is if you can give the audience your best advice and about the Fire Up Live. You have like 1 minute for each, so go ahead, Lee. I'll let you start first.
All right. Well, let's take the 3 words, Fire Up Live. We got to reset the fire within you. That, if the spark has, the fire has dimmed within you, this is an opportunity to connect and collaborate with the people there who show up and reignite within you. what am I showing up for? And that up is exactly that. What am I showing up for? And up is taking yourself to that next level and rising up, or maybe it's rising up again. If you've gone through challenges and adversities, and we face so many different things evolving in the world, whether it's marketing, it's the branding, it's the connecting with the audience. Like Kris mentioned, we never stop learning, even if we've been speaking for 30 years or 8 years across hundreds of stages. There's always something to learn. So taking yourself up. And then live, I'm going to shift that for just a moment and go live, because living life to the fullest is what we're meant to be here for. We're not meant to just be on the planet, breathe, and then stop breathing. No, we're meant to fully live and experience this wonderful gift that we have called life. So fire up live. You want to be there.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Okay, Kris, now it's your turn.
All right. Well, ditto everything she just said for sure. And when you set the intention and stay open and you show up, fire up your life, you will walk up out of there fired up, because setting the intention, that has been coming together way more for me. So nowadays, when you're in that right spirit, you literally will meet the next person that you're supposed to, that fits the puzzle of what your assignment is, because we all have something special to do, and there's no higher or lower. We're coming together, and there's something about these gatherings. They're like different families or communities. Inside of this network, we all can help each other with different things. It isn't just, one person is the star. We're all the star, and we're all here to help each other. And the more of us, the two or more of us that get gathered together, we will change the world.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. So anyway, for everyone that's out there who's listening to our show or watching our videos, please make sure that you share this show, because we will be there on September 25th at the center. That's 1205 Auto Parkway, and we start at 1 o'clock p.m. If you want to check more information, you have to go to fireuplive.com, and you can get your tickets, and it's only $25. So make sure that you join us. Okay, anyway, in our next segment, we're going to meet two more of our presenters, and so don't go away. We will be right back. Thank you, Lee, and thank you, Kris, for joining us.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.